Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee. Welcome to the show.
And Noha, if you're still here, yeah, you are the first on the list, but we have a birthday reading tonight, so we do those first.
They
and then
always
you'll be
come
right after
first.
that.
And they are scheduled in advance, so...
And CJ, I didn't see the donation listed yet. I'm not sure when you sent that, so we can talk about that, though. But let's get on.
Let's get on with it. We have the Earthcraft Oracle, the Earthcraft Oracle by Lorianne Anderson.
It is a St. Patrick's Day fedora, Kyle. Thanks for noticing it.
And it lights up.
When the battery works. I think the battery burned out.
Well, we'll check that out, CJ. Thank you in advance
We
for
do
that.
thank you, of course.
Appreciate it.
Oh.
What you got? Womb. Wow. All right, well, womb. Holy moly. Take a moment to imagine the Big Bang, the beginning of the universe. At first there is endless darkness, and then suddenly there is a blast of brilliant light. In those moments, there is simultaneously nothing and everything that will ever exist. Now picture your womb space. It too is a limitless expanse of darkness, and like the beginnings of the universe, every idea, call to create, or stirrings of something new is like a big bang, sparking life inside your sacred bowl. Your womb is pure potential. It is the portal for all creation. Anything then everything that has ever happened in your life or ever will exist can be born, transformed, and healed through the sacredness of your sacral chakra. This cat.
All right, I see your payment. It actually came a couple of days ago, and we missed it. We do have your payment. I'm sorry for not acknowledging that to you. Sorry.
That's all right. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. So the rest of the card is, the womb card has come to your reading to awaken your sacred ability to create and heal. The process of creation and healing are two sides of the same coin. To create, one must imagine something that has never been. To heal, one must be willing to embrace a new way of being. Oh, I really like that. The womb, obviously, a womb is being metaphorical here. We have that space inside us that births things and creates things, the space of ideas that we germinate there and then bring life to eventually. And I really do like that concept, and I think right now what this card is saying is this is a time of that spark, that initial spark that sets creation in motion. And so pay attention to those ideas floating around inside of you. Pay attention to them and try to give them little nudges of growth. Maybe take your idea a little bit further day by day. Imagine it coming to life in your head and then burst it forth. That's what I have for the collective.
And I'm not going to add anything there. I was a little distracted because I, take some things seriously. So we did miss CJ's donation from early in the week, and I do apologize for that. It looks like I might have thought it was somebody else, and I might have thanked somebody else instead of you.
Whoops.
I'm really sorry about that.
Total Mercury retrograde stuff going on here. I'm serious.
We appreciate your donation very much.
We have been having a rough one, and now we're facing hideous air quality today. That's really messed with me, for one thing, but that's what we have for the collective, so good luck with that. Plus, Mr. O's air conditioner went out in his car. He had to get a Freon burst, and even though he doesn't like me blaming all that kind of stuff on Mercury retrograde, I do.
Well, I talked to the place where I went. It's my normal place where I get my oil changes at, and they had told me that it had last been recharged 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So it had actually lasted longer than it's supposed to last. So
that's really good.
we had it on full blast when we ran the car yesterday to go somewhere to eat because the air quality was already pretty oppressive.
Yeah.
And I think I might have just blown it out for some reason. So
but timing is everything, and it was Mercury retrograde when, after 5 years, it decided to tank.
It could be Mercury retrograde. I'm more interested in what Kyle said about the book by Nikki Scully, because I have a couple of her books on meditation, so I wasn't sure if it was that one or there's the other one called The Anubis Oracle that she co-wrote with Linda Starwolf, I think. So if you happen to remember what that is, I wouldn't mind if you mentioned the chat, Kyle. I love all that Egyptian stuff. All right, Lena, you're actually getting your birthday reading today, so
no question.
So no question. Happy birthday! I know it was a week ago, but we're doing your birthday reading. It's good for the whole year.
I've got a
Hayes for horses, Shirley.
Yeah, I got to bring out that horse deck soon. I've been thinking about it.
All right.
All right, let me post that. Okay, so the birthday reading for Lena.
And I'm just about ready.
Yep. Oh, it's a lot of glare.
Where? Oh, there. All right, card one, Lena, is the gift you received last year that you can use to make the most of this year.
Oh, that's interesting. Huh.
It's the moon reversed.
Interesting, Kyle.
I will look for that. Thank you, Kyle.
So the gift you received last year that you can make the most of this year is the... If his hands are off of there, there it is. Okay. The moon reversed. Well, the moon reversed to me indicates that maybe, some things that maybe seemed mysterious to you or uncertain to you, or you just didn't feel like you had enough information, you seem to have more clarity now. You seem to have more clarity. That's the gift from last year. Uncertainty seems to be fading away, and maybe through your own efforts, finding out what you needed to know or thinking things through and coming up with solutions for something. I think here this time starts with, this year starts with more clarity.
So the gift of last year was maybe a realization that there were things you were finding out, there were things you were beginning to realize, sort of sounded in your gut and said, that's right. And you carry this gift forward from last year. It could express your interest in how you view, future events and why you're interested in where your future goes, because maybe all along you sort of have a sense somewhere in there of where it should really go.
So card 2 is the gift of the present moment.
And that's the upright 9 of Wands.
Well, okay, the gift of the present moment is that you seem ready for something. You seem prepared for something in your life. Sometimes this is a card about doing battle, but in a birthday reading like this, it's just saying to me that you are prepared to face, I think, whatever is coming your way, or you're preparing to make some major changes or shifts in your life.
Well, a battle can be a metaphoric way of saying, the accomplishments or the goals that you set for yourself and that are important enough for you to consider that they really need to be carried out. And so this sense of the present moment is that you feel you are very aware of what it is you need to do and also how you are going to do that. You are prepared, and that's the gift of the present moment.
Hi, Ladybug.
Hi, Ladybug. Get you on the list. All right, card 3, the gift from your connections with others, Lena, what they can possibly help you achieve or work on or move ahead. And it's the 5 of chalices or cups, and it is upright.
Well, recognizing that maybe you've had a lot of struggles, you've had some losses along the way, but what will help you achieve and work on your goals is to realize that all is not lost. You still have a lot of things, left for you to rely upon to help you achieve those goals. Sometimes we focus on what is gone, what has left us, and we don't realize, that we still have what it takes to accomplish what we need to do.
Ari, we're not closed yet, so we will get you and Ladybug on.
Ladybug is on. Hi, Ari.
Alrighty. So then, card 4 is the gift that will help you work on, achieve, or move forward on that. And so this is sort of like, in a sense, a true gift of the birthday, in a sense. And it's the reversed 8 of Swords. So I like that. The gift that will help you work on others is realizing you're not necessarily trapped or limited by those functions, that maybe there are collaborations that work in different ways.
I thought the other one was working on dreams and goals, but it was the connections. I thought that's what you said. The gift for my connections with others in the next year. Card 4 is the gift that will help you achieve goals. But
that's what I just said. I said the gift that will help you achieve goals.
I thought you said it for card 3 too.
No, it was about the connections with others.
So I'll go back to that one later, Lena. I'm sorry.
I read it right because I said
it
was
about... I'm sorry, Lena. I made a goof. You were moving on that. Go ahead.
Is it okay for me to move on?
Yeah, of course. I said I would get to that card later.
All right. Well, I have to recollect myself now.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to do card 3 while he's doing that. I made a mistake there. I thought it was working on your achieving your goals. And so card 3 is basically about your connections with others. And I feel here that maybe you've had to let some people go, or maybe you've lost some friends, in the shuffle of everybody being too busy or moving on with their life. But you have plenty yet around you to support you.
Card 4, the gift that helps you with your connections with others, Lena, is realizing that the gift that will help you work on or achieve or move ahead is realizing that you're not trapped by any circumstances, that where you are able to release yourself from whatever may be holding you back. And it's also too about realizing that maybe so much of what you used to hold yourself back was really more in your head or was more given to you by others, and maybe you bought into it. Now you're sort of releasing yourself from that idea.
Well, Lena, you are feeling really empowered now to move forward with your dreams and goals. And that is a good part of the battle right there. When you're able to put your will, determination, and your trust in yourself in order to accomplish something, there's not much in the way of stopping. There's not much that can stop you. So I feel here this is a real positive thing for you, that there is nothing really inside of you that is going to be holding you back from achieving what it is you want in this solar year ahead. Card 5. The gift from my spirit guides and or ancestors. What do they want me to know or keep in mind in the next year?
Well, that gift is represented by the reversed Queen of Cups.
Well, first off, I think they want you to know that they are here for you in those times when you are feeling depressed, down on yourself, unhappy, or you feel you've been hurt by others. I think here they are your support. They can help you regain control over your emotional, over your emotions during difficult times. So don't be afraid to call on your ancestors during those moments.
These presences, spirit guides or ancestor spirits, however you want to view them or whatever they really are, they realize that a lot of things are emotionally difficult for you at this time, challenging, but they want you to know that they are there supporting you, doing what they can do, and they want you to know that it's okay to express that sense of discontent you may feel now as you work through your feelings. It's okay. They love you unconditionally, and they understand that, the times may be difficult.
And finally, the gift this year ultimately gives to you. What lessons have you learned, or what progress or growth have you achieved by year's end?
And it's the upright Seven of Cups.
Well, I think by year's end, you've opened up a world of possibilities for yourself. It seems like you have many options by the end of next year. You have, to the next birthday, you have many options before you. And you've learned that, you shouldn't limit yourself right now in your thinking. I think open up. By next year, you'll be opening up your mind more to exploring different options for you, whether it's in work, whether it's in your personal life, whether it's where you live, maybe choosing a new place to live if you're interested in moving, things like that. It just sounds like it's going to be, that this whole year is leading up to just opening more doors possibly for you.
So this gift really is the full gamut for you. It really shows you that many things that you can think about, dream about, wish for, etc., are there in the running. And it could mean that you should focus on the best ones, or it could just say, be open to all these possibilities and decide at that time what it is you need. But I think by the end of this year, as you've incorporated all these things plus whatever other experiences bring knowledge or depth to your life, you'll find yourself able to make these choices in confidence. So happy birthday, Lena.
Happy birthday. I think it sounds like a really good year overall. Everything looks pretty positive to me. So good luck with that.
Good luck.
And remember, Lena, it will always be here on this date. You can go back and refer to it at any time. So good luck with that. All right. I'm going to read my deck, and I'm going to ask you to take that. Thank you. And I'm going to ask you to take that too. All right. We are on Noha. Hi, Noha. And I've got your question. And I see you've posted it. Thank you, Noha.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, we definitely didn't miss that question.
Hey, that's all right. Better safe than sorry. Especially with me these days. So. So aside from everything else Mercury's been doing, my blood test results did not come in well. So I'm talking to my cancer doctor about what we need to do about that. All right. Well, we've got Justice reversed here. Sorry to interrupt you.
I know.
Well, we have the Three of Jugs upright. And we have the Hangman reversed.
I like the cowboy theme.
Well, Justice, well, I know you're saying here, why are they pulling back? He was the one starting everything. He was just using me, right? Well, maybe, but maybe there could be some outside interference involved. I'll get to that. It definitely seems like they haven't been treating you fairly. You know, I see Justice reversed here, and I feel that that is unfair or unequal treatment. And when I look at the Three of Cups, I'm just going to go on to the Three of Cups for now. I feel here there could be mitigating factors in that they're either spending a lot of time socializing with friends, or they're possibly letting friends of theirs influence their behavior towards you. It just seems as though there might be people around them who are interfering in some way.
It's not enough for me to understand, the exact nature of the situation. A part of me wants to say that maybe M wanted to do something that would be considered unfair or rudish or something disbalancing in a way. And so maybe that could be that. I like what Banshee said about the Three of Cups there in the middle, that maybe he's really thinking about their own self, their own pleasures, their own situation like that. Hi, Kelsey. So in a way, it could be that. I'm wondering if maybe the Justice reverse just represents the possibility of a false start, and that maybe the Three of Cups says, moving ahead, there is something that this person wants to engage more at a friendly level at. But it's not exactly clear that that's happening.
Hi, Kelsey.
Not bad. Thanks for asking.
Well, I could do better. Thanks for asking. And, but we'll see how it goes. I do seem to think I am experiencing I should have realized that I'm experiencing some issues of late that may be caused by my cancer or my blood work going amok. But we'll see what happens. It's not the end of the world yet. All right, so I'm looking at that Hanged Man, and I'm feeling the Hanged Man is reversed here to say that this person may have a little bit of an ego problem or a refusal to, really treat people with fairness, and the decisions they make may be a little bit more one-sided to themselves. They seem a little bit selfish or self-oriented here rather than thinking about other people's needs or concerns.
In a way, it almost reminds me of what I said with Justice reversed to the unfairness. A person who maybe is not recognizing their ego and letting it do what it wants could in fact be moved to be doing things that are inconsiderate of other people's feelings. And it just represents the idea that maybe they're not looking at a bigger picture and a picture that represents better ethical treatment of everybody. I'm going to throw the Lenormand.
Yeah, sure.
And it's the birds.
Mm-hmm.
And the house.
The birds in the house. Okay. Well, that could indicate to me that somebody else may be, trying to influence this person, M, I think it is you said, right? M, to act this way or to maybe pull back, maybe not to move so fast. They may think that they are looking out for their best interests. I see the house there, and I'm thinking that they may feel they're looking out for this person's best interests, but are they? Obviously I'm not sure. So,
do you think it ties in with the idea you said about the Three of Cups?
I do.
Yeah, because now that you've said that, I sort of can feel that too. So it may be that they're just trying some different strategies, but mostly what it looks like is they're half-hearted here. They're not really intending necessarily to connect or to not connect. It's almost like maybe they're just phoning it in and they don't want you to forget about them, but in a way you might think like this is not worth remembering. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, that's what we have for you. So I sort of think here, I don't know if he was just using you or he's just making bad decisions, based on other people's influences right now, or the fact that he's too selfish and self-oriented right now to really do the right thing.
That's pretty clear that this M person seems to have a lot of selfishness going on too, in a way, and that probably none of this really, I think, in the future would present as they felt there was something wrong they did. They might just not get it. So you might want to just file it away and not let it bother you. If you have better options you should pursue, I have to say. M doesn't sound like they're much.
All right, so Salema is up. Good luck with that, Noha. And they want a reading for the rest of July, please.
Okay. I'm going to use my Global Fusion Intuitive Tarot.
Okay.
And I think we have you, country, so you're good.
Oh, no, you just came. So, hi, country.
Oh, because I see that they mentioned being here twice.
I just see may I be added. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's up above a bit. You missed it. I did say hi when they first came in.
Whatever. It's up there somewhere, I guess. All right.
Literally just above Ladybug Love that you have at the top of your screen. All right, a reading for the rest of July.
Well, I've added you after Kelsey. It's not that big a difference. I'm going to leave you there, country. So I hope you don't mind. You could leave your question if you have to leave. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, so it's the Ten of Swords reversed.
Right.
It's the Seven of Cups reversed. And it's the Six of Swords upright. So despite the reversals, there may be something interesting here.
Oh, there's some very interesting stuff there. Hold on, let me get the Lenormand in this. Well, I have the Crossroads. And, ooh, that popped into my hand, whatever. Oh, and the Snake. All right.
The Ten of Swords can speak to a turn of fate that works in your favor, kind of like the feeling that maybe certain forces that you felt were working against you, and we know we've talked to you about, your feelings about people, co-workers, that it's reversed, that maybe they don't win, that evil doesn't win, or that people who are scheming against you or plotting against you, somehow their plans come to naught or are reversed somehow.
Well, the Ten of Swords to me indicates that you have overcome some blows So the rest of this month is all about just moving forward now, I think. So if there's been some losses or some difficulties in your dealings with others, some of this is going to be, over with. It's over and done with. And I feel here that better times or better things are awaiting you, on the other side of that. So, for example, if Mercury retrograde has been harsh to you like it's been to us over here, things are going to improve dramatically. And I think here when I see the Seven of Cups reversed, it's time for you to really make some... I think you're ready to make some moves or decisions now. Maybe you've been weighing your options for a while of what it is you need to do in some area of your life. And now it's go time. It's time to really decide and make that move.
Sometimes I feel, Selema, that the Seven of Cups can represent that options become more available to you, or that they just become more attractive to you. They may have been there, but now you really feel a pull towards them, or you feel that making those choices just seems to be more viable, or that one choice in particular seems to be the one you should most try to exploit or maximize. So of course, in your situation, it could be about, job prospects, or about other things that might help you in your personal economy, material matters. But it just feels like you're going to find that course of action or approach towards something that you really can mostly benefit by. So then the final card is the Six of Swords, and it's upright. And the Six of Swords often represents being able to find your way from a troublesome or darker period towards something that can promise more health. That's literally the meaning of that card.
Well, the Six of Swords indicates, speaking of making your move, like I had suggested when I interpreted that Seven of Cups there, that's it. You're moving. You're moving yourself in the direction that will give you more peace, tranquility, or just you feel in a direction that is more supportive for you. You just are leaving your troubles behind and moving forward in this better direction. It's really kind of a nice juxtaposition here to see the Ten of Swords reversed on the one end and the Six of Swords reversed on the other, or upright on the other, because it shows you've come away from you've come out of this feeling of loss and disappointment or whatever, and you're now moving yourself to better conditions. And that's really evident in all these cards here. So why the snake and why the crossroads? Well, I think here, you have to, you can't be deluding yourself that and worried about the direction you've chosen for yourself. I think here, don't allow yourself to get muddled thinking and ruminate too much on the choice or decision you need to make with that Seven of Cups there. You need to just make your decision and move forward. You can only sit at the crossroads for so long, and you need to move forward. So don't think that if you just sit there, things are going to get better. You have to make this move.
I like that.
Right?
The idea that maybe sitting at the crossroads, looking at the possible choices that may be represented by that Seven of Cups, if you feel that it's a deception or that it sort of distracts you from the choosing, that's not the idea you should be getting. You were here to make that choice, and you should not let yourself be deceived that the choice you make is the one you're going to have to deal with. And so, Selema, anyone can make the best of a bad choice if they really need to, or if they really want to. So you have to find it within yourself to deal with the cards that they are. This suggests there are better choices for you. You just have to figure out how to make those choices. Good luck.
Good luck with that.
and we're on Sunshine.
Yep,
Hi,
we
Sunshine.
sure are. And the question is a general reading, please.
I'm going to remind people to watch my emotional exchanges tomorrow morning at 7 or whenever you can catch it. I've simplified the format, and rather than having cards mean things relative to a position, I'm just doing kind of what Banshee does. I'm throwing several cards and giving each sign of the zodiac a reading based on those cards. I thought it was airy and light and moved quickly enough. I have timestamps. You can navigate to your actual sign, and those are for sun, moon, or rising signs. So once again, that's the emotional exchanges, Fridays at 7 o'clock. Thanks for your question, Kelsey. We'll get that.
Well, you start with the King of Cups reversed. Oh. And then you have the Lovers reversed. But you have the World upright. I'm going to let you go ahead first because I want to do something here.
All right, so a general reading, okay. Well, the King of Cups reversed may indicate that, in this next week ahead, there's a little bit of some, grumbly nature going on. It could be about you. It could be somebody you're dealing with. I have a feeling that really represents you, that maybe you're having a bad beginning of the week where maybe things feel darker to you in certain respects. And of course, we're living in, the kind of times where it is hard to be uniformly happy about everything. This card could be a sense of saying that this is not your week to necessarily have things work out exactly the way you want, and you might have to learn to be a little bit more flexible, a little bit more willing to realize that sometimes other people's concerns may buoy up and become more powerful than your own, and it's best to try to be helpful to everyone rather than just wear that shadow all over yourself in a way.
Well, I almost feel a story here between the three cards, but I might hold off on that. Let's break it down a little bit here, like he just did with the first card. I think here that there might be some disappointments. There might be, something that is kind of upsetting your emotional balance a little bit. The King of Cups is a very balanced kind of guy. He's really emotionally he's in charge of his emotions. And it's almost in this case that's the other way around. Your emotions might be in charge of you. And so it's important for you to try to regain the control there. You don't want to lash out at anybody, who maybe doesn't deserve it. You're having a bad day, a bad week, a bad month. You don't want to take it out on them. You want to be in control of your emotions, regardless what life is throwing at you in the weeks ahead.
All right, so with the second card, the Lovers reversed, it's possible that maybe some of the unsettled nature or the unbalanced in emotions could be relative to feeling like, certain choices you're making don't feel right for you. I don't think this is a choice you already made. I think this is a choice you feel is coming towards you, and you may be wondering if you're forced to make a choice you don't really want to, or if you are somehow being blinded by another aspect and not seeing what you really need to see there, that maybe the choice could be clear, but somehow you're not seeing things the way you should.
And I I have to agree with a lot of that. I think here it is about choices or decisions, and maybe one that has not even come up for you yet. So, knowledge is power. I mean, if a choice, move, or decision comes up, be sure you're being true to yourself here. Don't try to please other people. I mean, you don't want to hurt other people with the choices you make, but you have to do what's right for you. And so I think here, that's why I'm thinking I'm seeing a story here, but at any event, definitely there may be a difficult choice coming to you, and you really need to give it the due diligence, because there's a danger here that you won't be making the right choice for you.
And the emotional consequences.
Right. See, that's why I'm leaning, but I want to go through it as a whole later. The world is next.
Right. Having said all this, it really seems like things end up working out for you more or less. It could be the indication that you're able to make a better choice or a proper choice, or in some ways you're able to kind of finish the situation and give it, the ending it deserves, or the ending that you can move away from, feeling, you accomplished what you were going to, or hopefully going to.
It might have been a little better to have already had the Lenormand out for this reading. So let's see what you got.
The Ship and the Lilies. And yeah, you're right. I just didn't want to put it out while you were talking.
No, that's all right. I think the world here for me indicates that you could successfully conclude something or finish something, in the next few weeks. But it's going to depend on a lot of things, and that's where I think the other two cards come in. It's going to depend on the choices you make and the decisions you make, and it's going to depend on, you being able to control your emotions. So even if you make a bad choice or a wrong choice for yourself, it's possible you could still turn that around and get a successful conclusion. But you can't allow your emotions to get the better of you in this situation, I feel. And I think that whatever this decision or move or choice is that is coming towards you could have some long-term implications for where you're moving going forward. You've got the ship there's movement, and you've got the lilies, which is growth in long-term things. So I think here this could have you set sail in a particular direction for some time to come. So you want to make sure that you're not allowing a lot of outside people to manipulate you in making this decision. This decision is for you and you alone. And I think here that they just have to accept what you feel is right for you.
I really like that, Banshee. That's really good. I think maybe all of this was about what the Lenormand kind of defines a little more simply, that there's a growth thing going on, and the growth means change. It's not just growing into a role or growing into something. It's growing into a change that will move you. Maybe it moves you physically, or maybe it moves you abstractly in a job or in a relationship or in some other situation. But it's just important that you listen to your heart, making the right choice. And it's also about maybe how you frame what success or completion is per the world. What is it that you need to feel you have solved or resolved that? The answer really is to just steadily move towards the growth without trying to make it happen fundamentally quicker. I hope that makes sense.
Well, it's interesting to me because also the world could just be about something coming full circle. And so I don't know if this is related to the first two cards or not, but I do feel there is something going on here, and it does seem like it can fit together. And so I want you to consider that maybe it's not so much a completion, but something coming around full circle. In other words, something disappointed you. You might have made a bad choice, but you're able to successfully conclude it anyway. It comes full circle. So I wish you luck with that.
Good luck.
Sunshine, and we are on Libra. And Libra would like a general reading as well.
All right.
All right. You're welcome, sunshine.
You're welcome.
Yeah, this one will be next. I've been so out of it all day today. We've had the worst air quality in the world in Michigan today, and because of wildfire smoke. And I've stayed home all day, but we can kind of feel some of it in here. It's not that bad in here. Mr. O had to go out today in it, but it's just too dangerous to be out there for any length of time, including for him. So we got to kind of hunker down for another most of tomorrow, I guess, too. It's going to be like this.
I was out barely 90 minutes. I had to get a minor repair on the car or recharge. And then I really needed a couple items from Kroger's, the grocery store, so I did go there. So, alrighty, general reading for Libra. And our first card is the Ace of Wands, and it's upright. And the second card is Judgment, which is also upright.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, these are nice cards. The Tarot Gothica. Don't use it very often. And our final card is the Wheel of Fortune, called Destiny, but it's reversed.
Destiny. Oh, what is that final card?
It's the Wheel of Fortune. They call it Destiny.
Okay.
It's number
Reversed. Okay. Here.
10. And the Lilies. Lily. And the Gentleman. Excuse me.
Well,
Ace of Wands.
the Ace of Wands and Judgment are a really nice combination here.
Yeah.
It indicates the start of something new or something being birthed by you. You're transforming your life in some way. And it looks positive, like you're ready to heed the call that's been inside you to... Oh, hi, Sarah. Did you just pop in?
Yeah. And yeah, that's exactly what we feel too, in a way, Zara. It is a nice combination. It also feels too like not only is it just the beginning of something really vibrant and strong, but it's informed from a realization that you're going to have. It's informed by maybe not so much a judgment per se, but a realization that something is extremely more important or more valuable than you might have guessed. Maybe there's a spiritual connection, but it could just be somewhere in your life you feel something really important.
Well, it's really interesting to me because, you know, the Ace of Wands is the spark of getting something new off the ground. And Judgment is also a spark in a sense, you know, this realization that you need to transform your life in some way. And so I feel here that something is going to trigger that judgment, I feel. And that's that Ace of Wands, something new that comes your way. Whether it's an opportunity for a job or a move or something else in your life, Libra, it definitely seems like it's going to transform your world in some way, if you allow it. And I'm saying that because I'm looking at the Wheel of Fortune card reversed here, and I'm wondering if you're feeling the time is right for something like this, though. You know, sometimes these things only happen once in a lifetime, and so, you know, you have to decide if you're going to sit it out or if you're going to take the risk, even if the timing could be better. You know, maybe you feel the timing could be better. There's something you feel that's not quite right. But then again, you know, you might miss out on something good. Some things are worth taking the risk. For example, even if it happens during Mercury retrograde.
Well, sometimes the doctor will say, here's the cure, but it's going to make you feel a little worse before you feel better. And maybe that's what that Wheel of Fortune is. I can't disagree with anything we've both said about the Ace of Wands and Judgment there. And so maybe this huge shift or this informative new thing that happens that brings new knowledge or new realization about something also is going to bring a couple of foibles your way. But sometimes you have to miss a few steps before you learn how to walk properly. Sometimes you have to fall before you get up and walk securely, that kind of thing. You're welcome, Zara. So I'm wondering if this is just saying that it's something that's good for you, revelatory, but it may involve a few growing pains or stumbling blocks that are necessary and maybe present as, learning moments, teaching moments, that kind of thing. To some degree, maybe that's borne out by the Lenormand. The gentleman could be you, or it could be somebody that's close to the situation, and they're looking clearly at growth and change that maybe evolves them in certain ways.
Yeah, I think with the Lenormand, I don't know, this could involve another person, this could involve, there's nothing saying that the Ace of Wands isn't about a relationship or some new beginning or some fresh start or some, new level in the relationship. So I can't rule that out. But it could also be indicating you that this is going to be a very growthful time for you, that this is going to be an evolutionary time for you. I like to see the lilies here with the Judgment card, right?
Yeah.
It's like evolution. So I feel like whatever this is, it can help you evolve and grow. So good luck with that.
And of course, the Ace of Wands itself could be talking about new enterprises, new employment, new job, which has been something you've talked about before. I don't know if you're currently still, moving that way, but if you are, this could be a good sign for that as well. All right, thank you, Libra. I hope that worked for you.
I'm just thinking here. It's an oracle reading for
CJ.
I could use my Bibliophile deck, but I could, you know what? Let's use it. I like this deck. I don't know if I used this for you yet, CJ. I think you've been asking for tarot cards recently, though, so that's why I decided on it.
And I'll just mention that Happy Hour will be back at 10 a.m. this Saturday. Come on down, join the Tarot Tribe.
We know it's our anniversary coming up in August, but I'm going to give everybody a heads up right now. We're likely going to have to cancel Happy Hour on August 1st because that's Mr. O's last day of work, and we're all going to his party at his workplace. So he's retiring, so
my place is having a celebration for me. I'm going to be able to invite a few other people, so Banshee and other members of the family will show up. I might invite some of our closest friends that live nearby, and maybe some of my former co-workers from my last place I retired by that I still try to keep in touch with.
So we all want Mr. O to have his own happy hour.
Yay!
So happy hour will have to be canceled that day. I'll also announce it again, so keep it in mind, everybody. But we're here this week.
Hi, Grateful Z. We'll get you on the list.
You are the last one, Zach. We are filled, so we'll get you on.
Oh, we are?
We are. We're at 16.
Who knew? Everyone on the list gets a reading. Do not worry.
All right. And that's all she wrote. But you made it, Zach. All right. Use a deck that you don't normally use for Zach. All right. We'll think about that.
Well, I picked a few here that I don't normally use, so if it's my turn to read for you, then you got it.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't switched up my decks that much. But I can use one that I've hardly used, yet. Which I pulled out and I've hardly used it. I could do that. All right, let's see what's going on in Siju's world.
Thank you again for your donation. Appreciate it.
Well, this was reversed, and there are reversals in this deck. And it's called the Dog-Eared Page.
Oh, my.
The Dog-Eared Page. Now, keywords for this card are revisit, rediscover, and rekindle. But the card is reversed. And it says when this card is reversed, it may signify that you're ruminating or obsessing over the past in an unproductive manner. You're being invited to stop looking backward and bring more attention to your present and your future. So, I want to see if there's something here in the upright that can... Well, let me see the Lenormand. What could it be about? Oh, yes, I like that. Let's go with that.
I knew you were going to say that. The cross...
I don't like it, but I like it.
Well, I knew you would get it. Like it definitely kind of relates to that.
I think you've got to slice out that dog-eared page. But no, when it's reversed and it's signifying you're ruminating and obsessing, that's the point. Thinking about the past is one thing, but getting lost in it or ruminating or going into woulda, coulda, shouldas and, feeling some regrets, etc., is not productive at this point because obviously what's done is done. That page has been written, right? So, that page is done. And so it is time to stop looking back and focus on the present. And, I always say to live in the here and now, but you can, of course, look at the future and try to look at the future in more positive ways, right? So, and with the Lenormand here, it's saying that cut out the things from your past that still may be giving you a lingering sense of grief or loss. It's time to let it go. It's time to cut it out of your life. It's time to tear that page out. Maybe it's, oh no, wait, I can't have you tear up a book. That's anti-librarian of me. But I think here that you get the idea. It's just not worth spending time going over that page over and over again. It's just time to move on.
The scythe really wants to take a bite out of those things that maybe are still continuing to bring disappointment. And I think the dog-eared page is saying, these are the past, you can let them go. I don't feel that you're that kind of person that maybe dwells on it throughout the day, but I have a feeling that it does come and go with you, maybe in your dreams or occasionally. And this is just a reminder that that feeling is still there and you can go ahead and dispose it.
I feel like something might trigger it, something might trigger it. And that happens. I mean, when I do the show, the Goth Tarot show with Mr. O, oftentimes something triggers that shadow to come forward. And so I think here, you may not be experiencing this now, but something may trigger this to come forth again. And just remember, it's not worth spending the time or the tears on any longer.
Alrighty.
So good luck with that.
And Kyle, so we will do your reading, and you'll know that it's after this one that's coming next year, actually, the second one.
Well, Kyle hadn't posted it yet, so I'm glad he
posted
did
a question.
now. I know, he hadn't up to this point. So a few people just posted their questions.
You're welcome.
So
Thank
you all for doing that. I have them all now. Most of them, I think, not all. All right, we got to get moving here. We got a lot to go through, and it's getting late. All right, Spirit Connections is now up.
Hi, Spirit.
And let's get this in. And she wants a general reading and what Spirit wants her to know.
All right, I'm going to use my Whispers of Time tarot.
I like this Bibliophile deck a lot.
Yeah, I think that's a very cool deck.
Yeah.
Definitely like it. CJ, you are welcome, and we thank you too.
It calls to me as a librarian. All right. That. So you want to do it as my reading?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that sounds right.
All right, so we'll put the Lenormand out at the end. So I hope everybody's surviving weather craziness, wildfire craziness, and wildfire smoke craziness, and all the stuff going on in this country is crazy.
All right, Spirit Connections. What does Spirit want you to know? And our first card is the reversed Nine of Pentacles.
Well, Spirit wants you to know that, it's okay to want more out of life. It's okay to want more out of life. If you've been feeling a little bit dissatisfied with where you are right now, or wishing you had something more out of life, this is healthy. Just don't let it become an obsession, or don't let it allow you to not appreciate how far you've come. Because that's important too. Show gratitude for where you are in life, but of course, aim higher. Go ahead.
Spirit may be wanting you to take a look at the comfort and material levels of your life at this time. It may not be asking you to make a judgment for yourself, or it may not be actually making a judgment, but it may feel you would find that you're not exactly where you want to be. There's no problem necessarily, but it is maybe saying, Spirit says, if you are seeking to do more, maybe now is the time to look at what you have and to realize that as that incentive for more. So,
okay, Kyle. We'll see you later.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. So, why is this important? And it's the upright Knight of Pentacles. And so I think it's important to know this, because maybe this is saying slow and steady gets the way that the changes towards that sort of comfort, security, or advancement that you may be seeking won't happen all at once, and that you do have to have maybe more of a measured strategic plan, taking things with you that will fulfill this. It's saying really every step is a step forward, and you're not galloping. You're basically moving with surety towards those goals of improving your financial and material situations.
So why is this important, in relation to what I said? Because basically, you need to pace yourself and keep moving forward. You need to keep planting the seeds. Eventually, something is going to sprout out and grow for you. And I feel here, the Knight is here to say that slow and steady is just the way forward right now at this time.
All right, and so where does this lead? And it's the reversed Four of Wands. And I like it enough for you. It may not be stellar, but the Four of Wands reversed is still not really a negative card at all. It just may be indicating that you're moving in that direction, and perhaps it's saying there will be a lot to celebrate about. The Four of Wands is a harvest home. It may not be exactly as stellar. Sometimes our dreams are just not exactly totally realizable, or at least at a particular time or point.
I think it's a real nice follow-up after the Knight of Pentacles in a way, because it's indicating to me that, you're still building your way towards it. So where things are headed, you're setting the stage for your, you're setting the stage of progress. You are progressing, but you aren't reaching that destination yet. You're still working towards it. But, if all goes well, you will get there. Just persevere like the Knight of Pentacles would, and keep at it. You will get there in time. I haven't even looked at these yet. The lady is here. Ah, and the heart. Go for it. Pursue what you love. Pursue your passions. Go for it.
Yeah, I couldn't be more clearer than that. True heart, true emotional care is what is informing you at this time. And whether or not you realize what motivates you to get better will actually take you all the way at this time. You know that it's really just that work. It's the journey. And you love the journey. You love that progression, or you will find that there is much to love on that path. So good luck.
So good luck with that. Wishing you the best.
Take care.
Kyle is up now.
All right, Kyle.
And about job prospects after my AmeriCorps internship ends in August.
Ooh, that's coming up.
Yeah.
Whoa.
All right.
Oops, wrong one. There it is. Banshees Material Matters. We're there Sunday morning in our chat room to discuss her reading for the 12 signs of the zodiac, helping everybody realize what are the keys to success in business, education, and finance. Sundays at 10 a.m. That's Eastern Standard Time.
All right.
Shake it up. What's you?
King of Wands reversed. Ooh. Ace of Wands upright. There you go. Huh. And the Sun reversed.
The Whip and the Bouquet.
Nice.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe. At least the way I read them. Okay. Well.
King of Wands?
Yeah. Well, Kyle, this is no time for you to be shy. This is no time for you to not shine your light. And this is no time for you to act like a cowardly lion. This is time for you to, so that King of Wands here wants you to gear yourself up for, the search for jobs, and to make sure that you exude confidence. You aren't afraid of taking chances on yourself or risks, and you have the courage to see it through. Because the Ace of Wands is indicating to me that something could surface for you, that there could be a job prospect out there, a new beginning for you when all is said and done. I'll stop there.
Did you cover the first two cards?
Yes.
Okay, because I feel this really interesting idea here, Kyle. And I don't remember, but I think you said you were Leo, maybe, in the past. So, of course, very dynamic sign. But, sometimes, all of us, suffer some bouts of inconfidence or things like that. And this could be saying that the initial thought, the King of Wands says, you're putting up, your best front, and that's kind of personality represented here is somebody who really can give us that sense of dynamics. But it is possible that inside you're a little daunted here. You're a little sure of exactly how to project your power on a personal level about yourself, perhaps, your personal sense of yourself. But the next card, the Ace of Wands, says that when you put that into the idea of what your skills are, what your intelligence is, what you are learned in doing, what you're capable of, you sell yourself by the projection of the power that you know you can do, not so much how that surrounds your and informs your personality or gives you charisma. It's there, but at this time you may feel like it's more important to just focus on what is the facts of what you can do and what you know.
And the sun reversed indicates to me that, there might be a slight delay, involved in you getting work, but an opportunity is definitely coming, and it will be good. It could also indicate that maybe, you might have to settle for something that is like entry level, and move up from there. But the sun, whether it's upright or reversed, is very, very positive. You will experience growth and you will learn. This job will prove to be one that will serve you well, and that you're going to learn a lot, and you're going to be able to grow into it.
So I think there's no problem with you figuring out how to sell yourself and how to push your charisma and confidence levels where you need to push them. When I look at the sun reversed, I think this could indicate that things being as they are, you may not get that first round of what you're looking for in your post-internship, that this may come from the second tier of what you're looking at, So in other words, like maybe you sent out 10 or so resumes, applications to the first level that you see, and then while you're waiting, you realize you should get busy again, and then that's your second volley, and maybe something's going to come more from the continuation of your efforts. It might not be that first blush that will happen.
In other words,
consistency.
It might be a delay, but there is an opportunity coming that is seemingly right for you. It will be a pretty good fit. I feel here that I believe that there will be some fast rewards from this job. In other words, maybe there's some incentives, some bonuses for doing certain things or learning fast or whatever. It just seems to me that there'll be good things happening or joy happening really quickly with this job. I think of my son who started a job that really carried even more responsibility than what he had in his previous job, and how quickly he discovered how good it was for him and how happy he was there. And that's what I'm thinking that combination means for you, that this getting this job and acclimating there, you're just going to feel like you fit right in.
I'm getting a little bit different feeling here. I almost feel like the bouquet informs the whip differently, in that maybe somebody gives you this idea, somebody gives you a tip, somebody mentions something, and as a gift or a feeling of joyful appreciation for that, that is the tip or follow through that you work quickly with, that you realize there's a time activation here, and that this may turn into that realization of where you're going. Either way, I think it's a good idea that something is going to inform this process and move it quickly. So good luck, Kyle.
Good luck, Kyle.
We
Wishing
are
you the
crossing
best.
our fingers for you.
Kara is up.
Hi, Kara.
So we'll wait for her question. And thank you.
Mm-hmm. Kara. There it is. Oh.
Oh. In your room. Wow.
Is it a sign? How interesting.
A yellow jacket wasp. Don't those things sting?
They can, I think.
Ooh. Glad
Boy,
you
that
got
must
it
have
out
been a little
safely,
scary.
Kara. Is it my deck? Oh, it's
No,
your
it's
deck.
mine.
That's right. Let me grab that.
Okay, so that's kind of your reading in a way.
Yeah, I think so. What does it mean?
Was it a sign? Is it a sign? What is the sign from it? And I'm going to use my Crow's Magic Tarot.
What does it mean, or why did it land on you? It wanted you to take it out, and it didn't sting you. That's really interesting. I'm happy for you. And the yellow jacket. It deserves to live in peace and not sting anybody. All right.
All right. The Four of Wands. So, the Four of Wands is about your home.
Yeah.
Or, the celebration of your home, the happy harvest. It's just stamina and potency underneath. This is a kind of shamanic-based tarot in a way. So I think the Four of Wands says that the sign is that maybe this is saying your home is protective. Your home is strong. Your home doesn't let harm happen. Your home enables you to be the advocate for other life forms that we know you like to be, because you do that advocacy.
Well, it's interesting too. There's a lot of yellow in that card,
Yeah.
And I almost feel like what he said, but to say it this way, that yellow jacket felt right at home with you, which is why it landed on you. And maybe it felt too that you would be able to see it safely out the door. I think here the Four of Wands also, maybe since this is about, is this a sign, could indicate that it's a sign that, bees are busy, right? Even yellow jackets, I think, they're known to be busy. And so this is you, but, this could be a sign that you're going to be busy building something in your life right now, too. So that could be what the sign is about. You're going to be building something, a foundation for something in your life.
And bees live in a very large home, a society called a hive.
Well, look who's popped into the picture. Shadow.
Hi, Shadow.
And Sunny. Two cats together, hopefully living in harmony.
So
here.
why was this important, Kara? And it's the Nine of Coins, upright.
Wow.
And the Nine of Coins is once again about that sense of comfort, belongings, material support, things like that.
Yeah, the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so why is this important? Because it could put you in. It's almost as if whatever you're building could put you in a more comfortable position or place. Yeah, and again, as far as the yellow jacket goes, it's so interesting to me because this is often about the home or garden, right? And so again, I felt that with the Four of Wands, that this yellow jacket felt right at home with you, felt very comfortable, in your care. It knew that it could count on you to not harm it. And I just feel here that it's talking about building something that is going to make you feel more happy, safe, and comfortable, in your world. So where are things headed with this? I hope it's good. Wow.
The Magician.
The Magician is here. So I think that where this is headed is that, you pulling yourself together and working your magic, I think as far as the yellow jacket goes, I think he's letting you know, maybe is confirming that you can get this moving. You have what it takes to get to work on this, to get busy on this, get busy like a bee and do this and put all of your focus and determination into what you want to build for yourself.
Your magic pulled that bee to you who was looking for something that they knew you could provide to it. And so this realization, this act of doing that, kind of cements the ability of your magics to direct things for yourself as well as for others, to be able to make good outcomes happen. And so even when you help the lowest creature like a wasp, you're also helping yourself and others too.
I can't believe I'm yawning. I've literally slept all day. I don't understand it. Here. So we have the anchor and we have the moon. You are anchored in success to this venture. And I don't know. It's funny that anchor has a little pointy end on it like a stinger. But
well, and look at those crescent tips of the moon. That's a little stingerish.
But the anchor is talking about safety, security, kind of remaining where you are in a good, solid, successful position right now. So I sort of feel like whatever it is that you're going to build for yourself has the ability to put you in a nice, comfortable spot that you're just not going to want to leave because it's going to be successful for you. And it's allowing you to share some of your own magic, in a way, with the world, with the magician there.
Well, in this regard, I look at the moon a little bit more symbolically, the magical connections. It does mean more practical things in the Lenormand, but I like the symbolic value for me of the moon. And this is saying you're anchoring yourself to that sense of mystery and of things happening. The moon goes from small to large and back again. There's a growth cycle there. You are activating that cycle with this process here and with this realization of what that wasp really meant,